I did not start real estate as a deliberate line of business. I started in an auxiliary business, which was cleaning, and part of it was fumigation.
Welcome back to Hard Facts with Sandra Ezekwesili.
I'm Sandra Ezekwesili.
Okay, so how I got into real estate? Well, I did not start real estate as a deliberate line of business. I started in an auxiliary business, which was cleaning, and part of it was fumigation. And that was what I was doing for a couple of years. Before I went into publishing, I worked with a real estate publishing company for another 2 years. It was while I was there that I noticed that there were certain gaps in the industry. I noticed that there were certain services that needed to be provided at a better level, at a higher level, and that was what drew me into real estate practice itself. And that's what I've been doing now for over 19 years. My personal opinion on the new monthly rent scheme is that it is a very good one. It is I think it works both ways. It will help both the ones who are paying the rent and those who are receiving the rent, talking about the tenant and the landlord. Now the landlord is going to benefit a lot because he's getting his money upfront and is assured, okay, because it's going to be backed up by some insurance policies and all of that. Now, on the other hand, the tenant doesn't really have to struggle anymore to pull up funds to pay in advance for a year. I mean, he's going to be paying within the comfort of his income during the month. That applies to both those who are in the formal sector and the informal sector. But my reservation is that um, there has to be a proper there has to be a proper setup. There has to be a proper framework for it that will cover cases of default and all of that. If all of these are done, I believe it is going to be a scheme that will stay and spread all over the country as well. Our competitive advantage at Brics, we are a real estate and infrastructure company. But essentially, what we do is not just brick and mortar. We don't just build houses. We don't just let houses or sell houses or manage houses. What we do, in essence, is to provide alternative investment opportunities, for investors who want to optimize their yield on an annual or even quarterly basis, even on monthly basis. We do that for them. And for those who use the spaces in terms of tenants and owner occupiers, we grant them comfort with the way we manage the properties for them. So we use real estate and infrastructure as a vehicle to provide these services, and in the process of doing that we use a lot of we deploy a lot of technology in that. We actually subscribe to Property Pro because we wanted the people out there to see more of Brics, and you'll be surprised at how much leverage we have gotten, how much mileage we have gotten so far being on that platform. And it makes it easier for people to reach us real time. It makes it easier for us to respond to inquiries, to respond to questions and all of that. In terms of technology, how we use technology, how we leverage on technology to achieve customer satisfaction. One thing that we need to understand is at Breaks, first of all, 95% of our marketing activities are digital. And the way we render our services, especially in facility management and in other areas, it is such that everything, we try to make things as paperless as possible. Service requests, procurement, all these things are done in a paperless form. Even when we're talking about property development, some of our designs are done in-house. Some of our designs are done using available apps. Some are paid for, some are free. rather than having to sit down in one laboratory and be doing sketches and all of that. So technology has helped us quite a lot in terms of marketing, in terms of reaching our people, in terms of giving them the opportunity to reach us real time. When they make service requests, they get responses real time. Even when there are complaints, which is not very often, they get responses real time. That's what we deliver. And I also need to say it here that that's very much in line with our value propositions. We might be a real estate company, we might be doing real estate and infrastructure, but we're not a brick and mortar company. What we do is we give people an opportunity, investors, we give them alternative investment opportunities, to invest in real estate, invest in things that would, give them optimal yields over time. And also for those who are tenants, those who occupy the spaces, we give them comfort, whether they are tenants or they are property owners, owner occupiers, we grant them comfort. So those are the two key things that we provide. We can be reached. You can visit us at the website, www.bricsinfrastructure.com. You can also send us a mail at info@bricsinfrastructure.com.